Doink. Peace. It's Friday, and we're here. And Stevie wouldn't answer his link, so not my fault.
He's the reason we're late. Fucking Yankee.
The nightly fall guy. Okay.
It's not my fault, you guys. It really isn't. Steve's fault. Wow, I'm just like not even with it. I hope everybody's week went well. I hope if you live in the north, you are warm. And I hope if you live in the south, you are cold. So you can figure out how we feel. I'm hovering right around 3 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Wind chill yesterday, I think we hit negative 12. The high yesterday, I think, was 6 without the wind chill.
Sorry, Mike. I think I sent that to you. We had that 2 days ago. Now it's up to 18.
Well, yeah, no, the Canadians did it. That's why I wanted to get what's his name in here. The Canadians did it.
Damn it!
I was watching a thing on the weather, and way out where Sass Green 13th man is, and Andy from Trapping from what's his name there? What's his channel name?
Andy.
What's his name? Andy there. Andrew. The Trapper up in the Northwest Territories.
Oh. Wild North.
The Wild North. It's negative 50 up there.
Ooh.
No, thank you.
It was so cold up this way that not too very far from me, about an hour and a half or so, maybe a little bit more. Ski resort was closed. Imagine that, they closed the ski resort.
Yeah, no shit.
You know why? It was too cold, minus 50.
Oh.
So
that's deadly.
The way the White Mountains, the way the White Mountains run, okay, it's horrific. Because they'll put a mountain here and a mountain. There's a mountain here and a mountain here. So as we all know, when the wind blows, and you take wind that's like that, and then you stick it into a hole this big, it's just a funnel.
Right on.
And it was nasty because there'll be a mountain here, and a mountain on the other side. Well, the mountain on the other side is like 15 degrees. Okay, but the mountain, 2 mountains over is fucking minus 50. Go figure. It's nasty.
I'll keep my high 20s and be happy with it.
I don't even know I don't even know how low I got on Mount Washington itself. Mount Washington must have been really cold. Good night, honey.
Yeah.
Sandy, how are you, sweetheart? 27 degrees.
Balmy.
That's balmy. That's like, give me a t-shirt.
That's damn near suntan weather.
All right, let me do a rundown here and see who's been in. County Line Logging. First tonight. How are you, bud? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Prepping to endure. What's up, buddy? Happy New Year to you, too. I hope things are well. Stump's, of course, in here with us. Steve's, of course, in here with us.
Finally.
Sandy's Passions. Well, let me say, I'm losing here. I missed somebody here. I missed a couple. I missed a bunch. Holy shit. What do we got here? Stevie B, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Viborg 001. Always a pleasure, pal. Hope things are well. Happy New Year. M.I. Timberwookie. What? How you been? Great to see you. Thank you for coming. Happy New Year. Yeah, Gride 19. What's up, buddy? Great to see you. How you been? Oh, Timber Wook's got 13. Come on now, that's a heat wave too.
Man, here's a fucking trip.
3 or 4 here. Gear. Can't read the list. Thanks, buddy.
I gotta say, one thing, if I ever eat another piece of fruitcake, his face will be in my mind.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sandy wants the warm temps back. You gotta go to Florida. It's 50 down there. I wish I could log into Facebook so I can invite. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's moving slow tonight all of a sudden. There must be a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Must be the friggin'. Must be the weather.
How cold does a copper wire got to get before it quits transmitting?
Oh, I have no
Pretty
idea.
fucking cold.
I have no idea. Give me 1 second, guys.
Chill. Hello, darling.
Hello. Copy. Hi, Shalice. It's funny. I work with an Ullies. I work for a Shunnies, and now, wow, that's just a tongue twister.
Yeah.
All right, so I was able to send that to him. Okay. All right, now I'm good. Whoops. I lost the outside. Where are you?
Hey, Sandy, if the coffee's keeping you up at night, you may just want to switch over to bourbon.
Right.
That'll put you down.
Yeah.
Or NyQuil.
Either one will help you sleep if you drink enough.
Right. Are you racking one in the chamber?
No, just playing. The more you hold them, the more you get to know them.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, that's a T-shirt.
All right.
I thought it was something like, you know, I know when to fold them, know when to hold them.
Right.
NyQuil makes me bounce off the walls. Oof. NyQuil puts me out for about 15 hours.
See, when I first discovered NyQuil, I damn near couldn't almost get out of the kitchen. I'd be asleep.
Yeah, I can't.
Then all of a sudden, it like my metabolism switched or they changed something because now it makes me wake up every 15 minutes.
You know what else they told me about stuff like that? Your adrenaline. Sometimes when your adrenaline gland, so like a number of years ago, I was going down to Florida. I think I might have told you this. I was going down to Florida, and anyways, long story short, I started drinking at like 4 in the a.m. And then I had taken a couple of Valium so that I could be nice and calm on the plane. I got on the plane. I had like 4 more.
Valium
Some of that drinks. And I finished half my girlfriend at the time. She was drinking Bacardi and Coke. I finished half her thing. We get down to Florida, and I'm awake. And anyways, I wake up. I got Post-its everywhere because she says, "Oh, you want to take a shower first?" I'm like, "No, you can." At around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I was out like a light. They told me that when I told the doctor this, he said, "What the hell did you drink with Valium?" I goes, "Because it doesn't do nothing to me." He goes, "Well, obviously it did." He says, "Just took you too long." I go, "Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why does it take me too long?" I says, "Because I'm not a pill guy, so I don't have an immune system to And he told me your adrenaline gland shoots your adrenaline in your system, and that'll supersede.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. He says it's almost like he was saying it was almost like if you're out and it's like it is now and it's cold, you know, when you but then you know, like let's say if you're ice fishing, right? And you're sitting there and you're just, you know, freezing your ass off, and then you hit, you know, you land one, okay, and you're bringing it through the hole. He says, your heart's pumping? I go, yeah. He goes, it's like, you know, anything else. He goes, it's excitement, it's whatever. He goes, and you shoot your adrenaline gland shoots adrenaline into your system. He says, so you don't notice the cold for the time being now, do you? I don't know. So, but anyway, can't have NyQuil. Does the same thing. Good night, 15 hours. Benadryl, same thing. Can't have Benadryl. What else can I take? I can't take a bunch of shit. But, ow. But we'll be ice. I'll be ice. Fuck, I can go ice fishing tomorrow if I wanted to.
Hey, you better hurry up before the ice ends up 3 feet thick.
Well, the problem is that now is that the fucking snow's on it.
Yeah.
Fucking ruined it.
Well, if it got down to -10, that snow ain't going to insulate it that much unless you got like 2 feet.
No, there's probably 8 inches or so on there. But it's blown now. It's blown snow. It's because the wind blew for fucking 3 days.
Right. Yeah, we had it here too.
So, yeah, it was -5, I think, the other morning when I got up. Then I went to Maine, and I'm in Maine. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. It was like -10. And this is without wind chill. This is just zero wind.
Right.
It was like -10. Where I hunt was like -17. I'm like, hello. That's a little chilly. Luke, I sent you a
He's
invite.
way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Save your breath, brother.
Oh, okay. See, I gotta be able to. I can't put the thing together, so.
That's why most carpenters fail the first 6 months on the job. They just can't get their shit together.
Sandy, 50 degrees. Wow. I'll be ready for the beach. Mr. NH Trapper, what are you up to? Brian, you wanna, you got time? What are you doing, bud? You going to work? What are you doing? Yeah, I didn't think it got cold down there where you are.
Yeah, backing up to Brian, I got a bone to pick with him anyway.
Uh-oh. Brian, you might want to wait a minute. All right, so now that my northern friend is here, we can pick on him. We can shit on him because you're at work. All right, buddy, no problem. You just know that, you know, you've always got the invite. So, so now that Luke joined us, let's pick on him because as they call it up here, the Canadian Express has now reached Boston. So you can take the train back, turn it around, and take it back because I'm, as much as I love the ice, which I do, obviously, Last night was kind of rough at work. On that dock for 4 hours.
Oof.
That was rough.
Well, you're not alone, Mike. Actually, in the request I've been getting from a lot of my southern neighbors, certainly there's a few I know, and I'm getting some personal messages even saying, "Hey, if you don't mind taking that cold Arctic shit back up to where you're at, that'd be fabulous because it's pretty cold. Even right down into the Ozarks. I got friends in the Ozarks certainly, and they're suggesting that it's reaching them. So it is. It's a deep, deep freaking freeze. And up here, there's certainly there's some records been broke in Toronto, as a matter of fact, which is certainly our biggest city here in Ontario, cities in Canada. It broke record. I think 57 years. Was the last time it had seen the temperature as cold as it was, and it was in minus 22, and that's not with a wind chill. So that's Celsius certainly too, folks. So yeah, it's cold right now. I think we're looking at minus 18. And again, we're in the evening, of course. It's dark, so I don't know what it would be with the wind chill. Actually, I'd have to check that. I might be lying to you. It might not even be that temperature. I don't know. Let's just have a little look. See. I think it's oh Jesus, warmer than that. My God, it's only minus 7 tonight. So yeah, minus 7, minus 13. Feels like minus 13 with the wind chill. Yeah, and
back out.
What is it? What are you at right now?
Well, that's minus 7. That's Celsius, certainly. So
right. So that's 19 degrees in Fahrenheit.
Holy moly, Mr. Tully.
Is that what it is? Okay.
That's 19. It's not actually technically 19.4 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a heat wave. I am at. Anybody hearing that? Where's that coming from? Shush, whoever you are.
TV Thank you. Background somewhere.
No, it was an ad on this thing.
There we go. Minus 18. It's going to feel like minus 26 Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. Well, so we're back there again. So.
Well, yeah, this is on. We're at. I'm at.
It's kind of funny. A week ago, all the Canadian trappers up there were complaining that it was too warm and no snow.
That's what I'm at right now, Luke. I'm at minus 16 Celsius right now. Without the wind chill.
Okay, so that must mean that you might be picking up some of that. Wow, that's really okay.
That's a huge cold front.
I'm going to do some research here while I'm on mute. I'm just going to have a little look around, see if I can find a map that's showing that. The projection certainly is going to have these cold temperatures all next week as well.
Yep.
Solid minus 12s and stuff like that, and even dipping a little bit into minus 16, feeling like minus 27 with the wind chill. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but that's not cold though. That's 3.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm Canadian. And I'm telling you, that's fucking cold.
I dug out my big Carhartt.
Mr. Tully. Hang on, Mr. Tully. Mr. Tully. How did I even copy? Mr. Tully. Let me put this the other way for you, Mr. Tully.
Tully says it's minus 14 Fahrenheit where he's at with the wind chill.
That's freaking cold.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. I've done minus 13, no wind chill. That shit sucks.
It hurts.
It does. Yeah. It's like
that when you get on a bike, it really fucking sucks.
Here's the funny part, your teeth and gas it and get it over with.
Here's the funny part. Yesterday, it was like, I don't know, the high I think was 6 or 7 or something like that, right? Fahrenheit for you folks that my northern folks. Okay. So that's without the wind chill. Okay. It was clear, it was cold. Then the wind chill kicked in. No, it sucked the whole day, whole night. Okay. There wasn't any wind today, so there was no wind chill. It was colder today, temperature-wise. It was colder today than it was yesterday. Okay. Yet, it felt a lot warmer. And so I'm looking things up, and it was due to we had cloud cover, and there was humidity in the air.
Right.
Whereas yesterday, you can ask Mr. Tall, you can ask Stevie. Minus 14 with the wind chill here now, but that's Jesus.
Well, we warmed up since 2 days ago, so
Scotty, I mean, Mr. Tall, I put a link in your message box. What's this beef you have with me, Stump? NH wants to know what your problem is.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think he can take you. Just saying. Go ahead.
Well, the issue here is, we all know who he works for, and they've just recently released a new carbine, and there was no, hey, guess what's coming soon? So it hit the market, and all my fucking spare money's tied up in 3 pistols right now.
Didn't he say that like 2 months ago?
No, if he did, I didn't hear a damn thing about it.
I thought he did.
Seen the damn shit on their website this morning. I was like, motherfuck, why didn't he say anything?
Like, hey, what's up? What's up, Sophie Lyons? Welcome. Clouds are like a blanket. Starry nights are the coldest. Absolutely, Shalisa. Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, Shalisa, when is your chat next? All right, Mr. Tolley, we'll be here, buddy. When is your chat next, Shalisa? For those who don't know, or for those who may not just been coming in or what have you, Shalisa Shell, you might want to go check her channel out. Very cool channel. Very cool person to boot. She also does a chat. Yeah, I know, NH. Tell them to suck it. Sunday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find Shalisa does a chat, and it's a very cool chat.
New Year's Fatwood party.
Fatwood, yeah. Mikey, how you been? It's great to see you.
I got a couple pieces of her fatwood hanging in that tree, and the lights look beautiful through it.
Fatwood Anonymous with Peepin' Egg. How is Peepin'?
Right on.
Tell her we said Happy New Year, please. I think it looks ugly.
Dude, that's like the perfect thing to just throw in a pack, throw up under the back seat, and not worry about it, and use at will when necessary.
Did you see how it breaks down?
Yeah.
Nice.
Back from a short hiatus from the Quagmire. One, Mr. Tolley. Mr. Tolley, welcome back. Great to see you.
Short hiatus. Hell, he grew a 6-inch beard.
You know, right? You gotta get that driver's look. Scotty, we got you on the audio. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's good to be back.
There you are. Okay, now. I couldn't before. Great to see you. Great to see you.
You guys hear me okay?
No, you just went out again. I can hear you asking, can you hear me okay? But when you said it, the hear part kind of went out.
Little troubles here.
No, it's actually a little bit better, I would say.
No?
There you go. I heard you say no.
Can you hear me all right?
Try, did you, what if you put your bandwidth down, Mr. T? Will that work? That might work if you put your bandwidth down. Yeah, it was just,
No.
it's a little better.
Oh, it's hell for some reason today. Nothing running.
No, she's really crapping out on you now.
Well, that's a bummer.
Oh. I gotta devise a way. See, I never had this problem. See, I can't shut it down because then it won't restart on the other way.
That
See, go ahead, Mr. T. Try.
if it lets me.
Yep, much better. There you go. Steve, stop playing with guns.
Hey, I can't help it. I'm in the mood.
Charlie, they're all
Yeah, this
playing
thing's
with.
being a puke today.
Actually, we can hear you loud and clear. Things
They're
being-
turned down here a little bit.
You're doing great. You're doing absolutely great now. It's good to see you, pal.
Let's try this for a little bit here and see how that works.
Working good.
Is it any better?
Oh, it's perfect.
Still can't.
We got you loud and clear. But it is great to see you again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Let me guess. He can't hear us.
You can hear me okay now?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has.
Had a really busy summer.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Steve likes your beard.
Awesome. What y'all been up to?
Just trying to stay out of trouble.
Buying firearms.
Here?
Yeah, Stevie's buying firearms left and right. Let us know tomorrow.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, and oh, and he's got fatwood up his ass now too.
I have a lag.
Why do we have a lag?
About 2 minutes.
Is it really? Because he was doing great there for a minute.
That's all you can do.
Go ahead, buddy.
Not many.
Peanuts, guys. Happy New Year, my friend. Great to see you.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
G Trapper, welcome. How are you, my friend? He's probably freezing his ass off too up there, G Trapper. He's probably frozen too. He can join the rest of us. Oh, we just lost Mr. Tully. Fucker. It was doing good when I could just see his icon.
Well, maybe working all summer, he'll buy him a new one of them
It's
fancy
not.
computers.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, right? I'm telling you right now, it's not his computer. You know what it is? It's fucking Chrome. Because when I was on, what do you call it? I never had a problem with getting Scotty in here. With getting Mr. Tully in here. Never, not once. When I went to Explorer, when I was on Explorer, I came to Chrome because it was suggested to me. I won't mention any names. And maybe it's coincidence. It could be, right? But ever since I got on Chrome, me and Mr. Tully have had this problem. That sucks because I can text him and tell him what I'm about to tell you guys. So, where are my manners? Uncle Carl, how the hell are you? Hope things are well.
Right on.
Haven't seen you in a bit. That kind of sucks. Gonna be 30 below tomorrow. Nice. You should go coyote hunting.
Yeah,
All right, so while I have everybody here, well, I wish Mr. Tully was here, but I can text him. Let me take my gloves out of the view so I don't get made fun of. Mikey, why are your gloves on the back of the couch?
well, at least it's not a cardboard box.
Right. No, those are all right there. There's 19 million of them over there. Speaking of boxes, I told the bunches a while back that I got to be out of my house here by January 5th. I was supposed to be out last year, and I got to be Preval. The court system helped out with this one. It said I got to be out on January 5th. Because I didn't have a lease, I didn't have, all that shit, so I can't fight around it.
Wow.
So here's the problem. The problem is, I don't know where we're gonna go. I know that my wife. I've talked to my wife, obviously, about it, and she's got a couple of places. But I can't go to somebody's home and do a chat this late at night. Okay. So, unfortunately, I don't know if I'll have one next. I might have one next Friday night, but in case I don't, I probably won't. But in case I do, the Quagmire is going to be pausing for a short period of time. Just until I can find somewhere to go and have my own place that I can
Call home.
Yeah, because like I said, I can't sit in somebody's living room at fucking midnight and be on a chat. So, but it ain't it ain't forever. It's just like I said, just until I get and I know what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna say, but Mikey, if you leave, to a chat, and then you're trying to get a chat back up again after a while, Listen, and I totally understand where you guys are coming from. Those that will say that to me, and those that will message me and say it or whatever. Massachusetts Prepper, I'd like to say Happy New Year to you, sir. I know you guys like, Mike, what are you doing? No, I wanted to say hi to Mass Prepper. Give a shout out to him. He watches all the time, so.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's not going to, it ain't going to be forever. And everybody, I've already been talking to people about it, and they're like, well, Mike, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get it back once you lose it. No, first of all, guess what? No, it's not. You know why? Because all I have to do is make a chat and put the Quagmire on it, and guess what? It's back.
Right. Because this is a great chat.
Because they're all worried about, well, you might only have 5 viewers. Listen to me closely. To be totally honest, I know this is probably going to come out the wrong way. Okay, so I'm already going to apologize for it up front. Okay, so I'm sorry.
How Canadian of you?
Right, exactly.
Damn.
He's right.
Cold's getting to
I
him.
don't do these chats for viewer, for what do you call it, for to see how many people I can get to view it, to see how many people I can get in it on the live chat.
Yeah, it's not about viewership.
Exactly.
Not about viewership.
So but I thank you for thinking about me. But I'm not going to worry. Because I've often said, you know, you can tell who your friends are real quick.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, and for those who are silent watchers, and for those who watch this on the rerun, not live, like I said, it'll be back. But you got to do what you got to do, you know. So, driver of what? What the hell are you doing out there? Why don't you get back in here?
I think he's on the road.
Is he? I thought he might be. I haven't seen him like forever. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know.
Don't worry, Mike. Everybody will be sticking around because now that Stump's got a new computer, he's going to start putting out videos again, and
Well, that'd be good.
he's going to stick around and keep watching. And
Speaking of which, I got like 5. I got to watch you. What are you trying to catch up to fucking working class boys and everybody else putting out fucking 2 videos a fucking day, for Christ's sake?
yeah, you better get a cup of coffee because they're kind of long ones.
Kind of long. Fuck you. They're a half hour apiece.
I don't care.
Dude.
I like long
videos. I ain't
videos.
got time for that shit, dude. I'm sorry.
I like long videos. I think short videos, I mean, I shouldn't say I hate short videos, but I like
Right.
long video, especially a channel that I really, really like. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know, if you're a channel and you're like, well, yeah, give me 10 seconds and I'm done.
Right.
But, and especially the content, you know, like whatever Stevie's going to do, I'm going to watch it. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what it is. But anything else, like, you know, anything on bushcraft or anything on, you know, ice fishing or something, I don't give a shit how long it is. What's his name does an hour. He calls it the movie. I look forward to it every year to watch it.
I kind of save those ones for when I'm eating dinner.
Yeah, Joe and Zach Survival.
Like,
The 2017 hunting season, the movie. And like, doink, sit down for an hour and do nothing.
yeah. I mean, that's just like Dave, that Really Big Monkey 1 channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of his videos, minimum 45 minutes.
I started watching him years ago.
Yeah.
And before I got the headphones, and my wife's like, I'm like, hey, you got to hear this guy's voice. And she's like, where the hell's he from? I go, it's Tucky, I think.
No.
But, you know, I says, he's a southerner. Yeah, that's for damn sure. He's a southerner. But, exactly, Shalisa, right? Good.
And going back to my comment about Steve, you know, not having time for it, I'm just picking on him. I enjoy the longer videos. Here lately, dude, I have to wait till like Sunday and try to watch 2 or 3 of them that usually occupies the whole damn day.
Yep. I'll tell you what, doing that lathe work and shit, I bet you there was an hour of shit I just deleted.
Yeah.
Like, whew, what a process.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You're about to cause me to spend the money to buy one of those damn things.
I'll tell you what, that little sucker's worth every penny I spent on it.
Yeah, they're fun. I haven't used the lathe since high school, but they are a load of fun out there.
Yeah. Till the tool comes up and hits you in the face. And then you get a little pissy, but
I helped to.
Well, this last one, there was a couple times I thought that was about to happen to you. Sorry, Mike. I was cringing along with you. One time I said, oh, shit, about the same time you did in the video.
Yeah, I was pissed about the bad cut, man. It kept grabbing a soft spot, and then every time it grabs like that, it leaves a big old gouge you got to get out.
Yep.
When
Damn it.
I was a senior, in high school, and this kid was making a bed, and he says, "You want to help?" I said, "Sure." And he says, "Mikey, I don't want nothing matching. I don't want, He says, "I'm going to do something. You're going to do something totally different." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Just go have fun on the lathe." And we did it. And every once in a while, I get him on Facebook, and every once in a while, I'll say to him, "How's the bed?" He's like, "You know what, Mike?" That thing's older than the hills, and I'll never get rid of it. Use it in his guest room or whatever now, but it's just weird. We just had a blast doing it on the lathe. It was just come up with something, just do something. And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." But that was a lot of fun, Stevie. A lot of fun.
Right, yeah.
You can do a lot with them.
Yeah, those grabs and stuff are just learning different angles to hold your tool and whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a learning curve. We'll see. It came out okay, though.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Not to hold it too tight with your tool, not to,
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing. I'd be like this.
See, that's the thing.
Scouring.
I've never used a wood lathe. I mean, I took machine tool and die back in school, so I'm used to working with metal. This whole wood lathe thing's going to be a learning curve, I think.
A little different holding that tool in your hand and keeping it in a tool rest, let me tell you.
That's a lot.
A little intimidating. I mean, until you get used to it and learn to relax a little bit.
Right.
Kind of like shooting a gun the first time,
It's
like, oh boy, here we go. Next thing you know, you're giggling like a schoolgirl.
Right. Yeah, but with that wood lathe, you can make anything you want with it, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it's cool how you guys match everything. I don't. Like we took. I had cabinet making in school, so that was a lot of fun. But these other guys that were doing, it's amazing to watch you guys do all that shit. So I look forward to going and watching it tomorrow.
Cool, man.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Hell, I could have made you a mini series out of it there, Stump.
You do that too.
You should have. It'd have been a hell of a lot more convenient, to drag it out.
I don't know if I got enough firewood to make it that long. I got to upgrade that wood stove. Where'd I see one? Tractor Supply's got one that looks just like it, but it's like twice as wide and twice as tall.
How big of a wood stove do you need?
I got a little teeny one of them long, skinny wash stove they used to call them. It's got 2 burners on the top. Great for cooking, by the way. But it's
yeah. That's
stove.
Cast.
It's cast iron. It's a cheap stove and it's not airtight, so it just eats the wood.
All right.
Yeah.
So
it's like a Volsenberg.
What is this? Is this for the? Where you putting the stove?
It's in my garage, my shed, my workshop. Yeah, that's it.
How big's your shed?
It's like 2.5 car garage.
Oh, you need. Oh, okay, so you can't even use the other one. I was gonna. Okay, never mind.
So.
I actually do a wood stove in my brother's fucking garage, but I was going to suggest something. I wasn't sure how big your shed was.
No, it's pretty good size. I kind of got it divided in half. There's a center wall, and I got a big sheet of plastic on it.
Okay.
But I can get it warm enough in there. If it's 15 degrees out, I can get it warm enough in there to work in a t-shirt.
Oh.
Without being unsafe with the stove. I I mean, it's not cherry red and bouncing across the floor or nothing.
Jason's are good too. Trevor, I agree. Yeah, Norm's vid should be way longer than that.
Oh yeah.
Boston of Swamps video should be longer.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people's shit should be longer. Yeah, should be longer. Let me get back to the Mr. Tolly number came back. I hope he's not trying to text me because my phone's dead. What about the kit they use? 55-gallon drum, Steve. Yeah, you can do one of those. Holy shit.
Yeah,
good idea.
The only thing about them stoves.
Go ahead.
The only thing about them 50-gallon drum stoves, they're awesome, but they take up a lot of room.
Okay, so use a 30-gallon.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's still bigger than your two. It's still bigger than your two fucking. Okay, use a 30-gallon. It's only this big around, right? 30 gallons, only this big around. Won't take up. But let me see. Seriously, 30-gallon is what? Not. I don't think it's 24 inches wide. Is it? No.
Yeah, it's right around there, less maybe.
All right, and however many deep, right? So
right.
It ain't taking up much room.
Cool. Then I'd have an excuse to go buy a welder.
All right. So
actually, the kits like Griffins come out in here. It's a German company makes it. It's the door, the flue, and all that.
Yeah.
It all bolts together with that. It's not asbestos, but it's like a fireproof rope.
The rope
that goes in there.
Yeah, it's like it's the one that's on your door, on your wood stove.
That gasket.
Yes.
Well, I actually I have another wood stove that somebody gave to me. It's one of those really nice soapstone stoves, and that would be kick ass in there. But it's kind of small, and I got to put it back together. But it's got the heat control on it, and the electric damper, and all kinds of fancy shit on it.
Does it have a blower on it?
I think it does.
Well, if it has a blower on it, put that one in. I still kind of like the 30-gallon drum idea. Those are the best.
Yeah, they are.
Badass.
If you
yes.
If you weld a flat top on them.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can spot weld. What do you call it on there? Like a refrigerator grate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
One guy on YouTube just tack welded a friggin'. He went down the junkyard or whatever you call it. Dump, whatever. And he got two gas stove tops.
Oh, there you go.
Right? Don't. He put one in the back so if he wanted to keep it warm, but he wanted to cool it. You know what I mean? He didn't want to. And then he put one right smack dab in the middle of the friggin'. It's amazing. I'm like, these guys have all that fun.
Yep. Like, make a video building it.
That's like HRM just said. You know, you don't have to buy a damn metal stove. The homemade refractory cement, dude, that shit's easy as hell to make. It's nothing but masonry, sand, and plaster of Paris.
Right.
You make a hell of a stove out of that shit.
Is that the stuff them guys are making little kilns out of?
Yeah.
The little furnaces?
Yep. That's all it is. Freaking clean masonry, sand, and plaster of Paris.
Sweet.
HRM Weapons, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Happy New Year.
Yeah. And like I say, the only reason I need to upgrade is because this one's not airtight and it's eating the wood like crazy, which I got free, you know, but.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've had such a hot fire in there. It actually, when I went out in the morning, there were still hot coals in there.
Well, here's my concern with the 30-gallon thing, and this is the only thing I can think of as causing an issue. It would be the fact that it would get too hot. and you would have to service it a lot because the fact is that you might want to try to make it so it's not red hot and dancing across the floor, so to speak. But getting too hot may end up being a short-lived stove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
burn
a
bottom.
it's a decent go-to if you got a smaller space, I would say, because then you don't have to kind of max it out. But in your situation, if you're talking, you know, the fact that what you got now is a cast iron stove, even though it's not airtight, you've got that kind of maxed out, but yet still not, because it's cast iron, right? And
Right.
you did have it, right? So the only downside is that if you do, to avoid a disformation of that particular 30-gallon stove, you would have to service it more. That's the only downside I can see in order to preserve it. Just thinking about the thinness of it and so on. You might be better off taking a propane tank that was, one of the ones you'd get maybe in a
30
shop.
pounds. Yep.
Yeah, maybe a bigger one. You know what I mean? Not the one for barbecue, but the one maybe the bigger one. Maybe I don't know.
Come out like a 90-pound bottle.
No,
yeah,
it's like
maybe you could get all different sizes certainly, but
Well, they go
there's some
20, 40, 60 or something like that.
Yeah, it's about, you can get them, it's 20 pounders because the 10s are your barbecue, and then it's the next one up is the 20s. That's the skinny, taller ones. That's like
No,
2.5
20. Your barbecue's a 20.
right.
All right, so these are 30s or 40s, one or the other. And
The one we've got on our turkey cooker is a 40-pound bottle. And that's like the standard one, like you see on the front of an RV or camper or something.
is it short or is it tall?
It's about 2 foot.
All right, so this one's taller than the one I'm talking about, so it's probably 60.
Huh.
And it stands, yeah, but you do what Luke is saying. You can do that too. But either way, I mean,
It's thicker metal is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put sand on the bottom of the 35-gallon drum, the 30-gallon drum.
Well, it's
That'll
kind of
help
like those airtights a lot of the Canadian trappers use. They all bitch about them because they burn out so quick because they're thin.
Yeah.
But cheap.
Later, Gear. Happy New Year.
Good night, Gear. Great to see you.
Yeah, everybody going out there this year, make sure, before we lose a lot of people, just be real safe and such with all this weather and stuff too, and you never know where the ice is going to form so fast, eh? So
Right on.
definitely be careful with that. I agree with that. You're going to get that, the longevity of it, I think, and so certainly a trapper's one or whatever, if you're willing to put that effort into it every year or every season, I don't think you can go wrong with that design, really, because it'll last for the season, my gosh, right? And you're never going to really want it to go overboard anyways, to the point where the sucker's trying to buckle on you or something because of the heat. But I think that if you went with a propane tank, it's a little thicker metal, probably more durable, get a few more years out of it, certainly, especially if you're maintaining it and such. I've seen a lot of cool smaller ones out of the ones we use for our barbecue, certainly that size.
Yeah.
But I've also seen ones that are, they stand about 4 feet high, but they're big ones, right? I mean, these suckers they're quite big around, and if you could retrofit that into like a furnace of some sort, even if you had built a metal box around it, and then that's where you drew your air off of, was that metal box, basically like a furnace. You know what I mean? You've got your hot box, and then you've got the outer shell where you dry your heat from. It might slow down that heat too, right? So the heat's not going out, and it's basically a little more controlled, kind of like Trapper was saying, and the idea of making sure you have a fan to move that heat, right?
Yeah.
Just do me a quick favor, okay? If you are going to do it, all right. If you're going to make your own out of a bottle, out of a propane bottle, tank, whatever the hell you want to call it, just do me a favor. Fill the fucking thing up with water.
Mike, that takes all the fun and excitement out of it. Yeah, exactly.
No, there's a channel here on YouTube, Allen's Welding and something or another. He took a 55-gallon drum that had originally housed denatured alcohol, He let the damn thing air out for 3 weeks, both lungs open, filled it with water and drank it twice, went after it with a damn angle grinder to start his initial cut. Dude spent 3 weeks in the fucking hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. It done the, like, I guess you'd call it like a blevy type ordeal. It sparked what fumes were still in there. Massive expansion. It blew out, knocked him back, I think he said about 60, 70 feet.
Holy shit.
Broke several bones, a few ribs. Yeah, concussion, the whole 9 yards.
And that's after washing it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Full fill and rinse twice and letting it air out for 3 weeks. And it still went boom.
Well, it's an amazing disclaimer conversation, certainly after me mentioning the propane. So I appreciate who's brought that up, Mike.
Yeah, for anybody trying that, that's like the number one thing to do is flush.
No, yeah, you gotta flush it.
You know that song, "The First Cut is the Deepest"?
Amen.
A guy who did that without flushing the tank wrote that song.
It'll be your last cut. You know.
Now, all of that being said, and like prepping somebody with a nitrogen purge,
Yep.
I've got a buddy of mine, professional welder. I've known this guy since I was a kid, and he does all of our heavy welding at the shop.
I'll be right back.
He will weld fuel tanks, gas tanks, all that, but only if they're absolutely full of whatever combustible liquid goes in them. The man will weld on a damn gasoline gas tank as long as it is
no fumes.
full. Yeah. Scares the fuck out of me every time he does it. He shows up and he says he's going to weld a tank up. I don't give a damn thing. I got nothing to do. I'll get in a truck and go 4 counties away.
I mean, I can maybe see it with gasoline, but diesel, on the other instance, I mean, this is ignited with a glow plug.
Yeah.
And of course, it's also pressurized. Well, it's compressed, and then of course ignited. So maybe that's I don't know. I mean, I know my way around engines and such, and you know, I understand the 4-stroke cycle completely, but I'm still trying to understand. I understand the idea of why it needs to be completely full, right? And then why that happens, but it still mystifies me to a degree. So,
it doesn't mystify me. It scares the shit out of me. I don't want to be anywhere near it, man. Every time he shows up to weld tanks, I'll tell him point blank, look, man, if you die, you know, I don't want to see it. So, you know, call me when you get home safe, and if I don't hear nothing from you tonight, I'm going to assume you're scattered all over our yard.
Right.
He laughs. He'll break out his fucking welding machine and go for it. It's crazy.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I had to switch my phone. I don't know why my computer is being a turd on me, but it is. So there you go.
Right.
I think I need a new confuser.
I had to tell Mike that. He says it's Chrome. Google Chrome doing it. It's like, poppycock.
It ain't Google Chrome, little piece of crap computer. I think about 8 years old.
Let me guess, it's an old laptop?
Yeah. I bought it before we moved into this house. We've been here for 5 years. So it's probably good 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah. And Miss Shalisa's telling you welcome back.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank y'all.
So you've been working your butt off, eh?
Man, it was crazy all summer. Just nuts. By the time I get home on Friday after work, I was too dead to the world, man. I was in bed by 8 o'clock.
Right.
It was just kind of sad.
I would be happy to be home and in bed by 8 o'clock most nights here lately.
Oh,
The last few nights I've not clocked out till after 8 o'clock.
wow.
Oh,
Well,
so
it's
you're
nice.
apparently feeling better, Stump. They put you back to work.
Yeah, Tuesday afternoon they cleared me.
Congratulations.
Got back in the truck Wednesday, and Wednesday turned out to be a 21-hour day. Thursday was 18, and if I remember right, I knocked off early today with 16 hours.
Oof.
Yeah.
Now, trial by fire.
Yeah, and I have full intentions of working Monday and Tuesday next week, and both of those are probably going to be 16-hour days.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
if you got any of them antibiotics left and stuff, keep up on them and don't let yourself get run back down.
The last two. So tomorrow's the end of them.
All right.
You know, with
Push
antibiotics, you figure they can make those things smaller by now. I mean, really? You know, they have to be. Do they have to be the size of a fucking hockey puck? I don't believe so.
Dude, on my Facebook, no shit. Those motherfuckers are as long as a quarter is wide.
Yeah.
You got any idea the hell it was to swallow those sumbitches with a raw throat the first few days?
Oh, buddy. Yeah, I feel for you. It's not fair. I understand. But yeah, you know, Steve's right. You got to take that right to the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, with all antibiotics, even if you're feeling better, take it to the very end. That's how it's designed, right? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Because once you feel better, that little bug that's making you feel like shit, you've yet to kill it. You've just made it weak.
Yeah.
When you quit taking the antibiotic, that little bastard comes back pumped up on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ain't getting rid of it with antibiotics.
Exactly.
Welcome back, Mr. Tolley. Great to see you.
Well, back.
Speaking of antibiotics,
Oh, hang on. I can't see shit. I gotta get my glasses. What did you just call me?
nothing.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Oh, Lord of God.
I think he was calling you a disease or something, but it's okay.
I had a buddy of mine was a minor league rock star during the 80s, and he did the bar band tour from here to Florida. He knew his doctor by the first name, and he could tell what kind of VD he had by the color. Like, dude, you're disgusting. He'd pre-call his doctor and tell him what antibiotic he needed.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it's not quite the same, but the doctor I use with my knees, we've been doing this so long I can just call him up and this is what's going on. All right, I'll call it in at the pharmacy. Go pick it up when you can.
Right.
My doctor won't do that.
What I miss?
Well, it's the
let's see. What did you miss? Oh yeah, Steve knows a dude that's got every venereal disease known to man. Luke put out a disclaimer. Don't be stupid.
I was here for the disclaimer. He thanked me.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, you not really miss much.
Mr. Tolley, when my phone charges, I'll fill you in on what you missed.
Okay. I'm sure I missed plenty.
I'll text you tomorrow.
All right.
Well, hell, he missed that.
What the hell is that?
What's up?
He missed
this.
Stevie, let me go back to the thing. Hang on. I hate when you do that. I wasn't on the inside. I was on the outside. All right. What do you got, Stevie?
I said he missed this.
Oh, yeah.
You got to tell me what they are because I can't see them that good.
I know.
40 road.
Even with cheaters on.
LC9S you missed. You missed that. Custom knife I won.
Which is right nice.
You missed
Yes.
this.
That's a sick
another
Customs.
And tell them who made that.
GI Customs. And thank you very much, Mr. Partisan. Is it Partisan Gorilla or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We call him PG.
Gifted it to me. Ain't that a beaut?
Very nice.
PG's a way cool guy.
Yep.
I got a few customs, but they always seem to I keep them hidden.
I have that same problem with Spyderco's. Keep it hidden.
This is one of my favorites here.
Hang on, Mr. T. Let me go on you.
Nice.
Well, click on you. Sorry. I like
I've
that.
wanted one of these I've wanted one for a long time. I've been watching Trolsky. You ever heard of him on the
I was
internet?
gonna say, that's one of Trotsky's knives, ain't it?
Yeah.
Got the chili pepper etched
Beautiful.
into it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Beautiful knife.
that man does amazing work.
Yeah. I've wanted one for a really long time. I just could never have that kind of cash. And such a nice guy gifted this one.
Nice.
That's a beautiful knife.
Very nice knife. I got a couple other ones from Chris Hayes Knives.
Yep.
That are very nice. I wanted one special knife when I called him to see if he could do it. I wanted a Kephart style blade. But I wanted it just a half an inch longer than the regular Kephart blades are.
Right.
Oh my God, he nailed it right on the money.
No.
Exactly
Awesome.
what I wanted. One tool steel, that thing will never get dull.
Right. Yeah, that Kephart style, that's about the closest I've got to one so far.
Nice.
And
They're nice.
George and I are gonna get together when I make that trip here this summer sometime, and
Fucking knife force.
I think we're gonna build one. Do what, Mike?
Whip them out, Mike.
Nah, they're all in the room being packed up, kid.
Oh. How can you stand it? You got to keep one or two out.
Well, I cut myself on the Gonzo. Top
They
it
do
all
a
up.
good job, don't they?
Oh, it gets better. You ready for this one? So I cut myself on the Gonzo you gave me. All right. And then just to top it all off, the Gonzo that my southern brother, the Fat Man, gave me up in New Hampshire last year. I was using it, and I had a sweatshirt with front pockets on, you know?
No.
And don't even ask me why.
That's not where you put a knife.
I put my knife in my sweatshirt pocket. It gets better. It probably would have been nice. It probably would have been better off if I closed it first.
Damn.
Before I bent over.
Mike.
I damn near killed myself.
Uh,
All of a sudden I feel a sharp pain. I'm like, oh, that hurts.
Well, thanks to Stevie over there, you've got something like that headed your way in the future.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't do something like that with this. You won't even know you'll be dead before you realize you've cut yourself.
That'll be in the sheath. Don't worry about it.
Freaking spleen will fall out.
No shit. I thought I
if
could
you use something like this.
Shit.
Ooh.
That'll take your spleen out.
You know what? You know what amazes me?
That's just a letter opener.
Jesus.
Is
Carl the Madman. Carl the Madman made that one.
Nice.
One of my old grandpa's files.
Very cool.
I never. I haven't cut myself on the one that P. NASCAR sent us.
Really?
That's amazing. No. That's the sharpest knife I own.
Yeah, you'd be coming at one like that.
Yeah.
Those things are beautiful.
Yeah.
Sharpest knife I own.
Yeah.
That point on that thing, the point alone. Forget the blade for 1 second. The point on that knife, right? If you just want to do a blood test and just go like this,
Yeah.
Alan, I'm not even joking. Really, I'm being like totally that serious.
Right.
You just got to go doink, and you are bleeding like a stuck pig.
That Gonzo's kind of like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's a reason this has become my favorite rabbit knife. I cheat doing rabbits, right there in the spine, about the middle, just get a pinch, poke through, and just
like a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that,
Yep.
like you were talking about, that point's just
go whoop.
wicked for it, man.
Yep.
But not trying to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but yeah, the group of us he sent those to, I think I might be the only one that's actually using mine.
What, the Damascus? Yeah, I'm not. Well, I used it, but I'm not. Yeah, no, no. I can't. And I know PNASCARs are still there. That thing is that is an unbelievably beautiful knife. You know how I am with shit. If anything ever, if I nicked the friggin' handle with it, anything, I'm gonna be in tears.
Why? Those are memories. When you're fucking 2 days off of your deathbed, you can pick it, some bitch up and look at it, and every scratch on it, remember how it got there. What trip you were on when that happened.
Yep.
What deer you put down that day. Dude. Hey, that knife George built, right? Dude, I love that thing, but I use the fucking shit out of it.
That's what they're for.
I can't do like you do, or I'm not saying you do it all the time, but certain knives just get put up. I cannot do that. If I've got it, it has to get fucking used.
Well, I use like the Spyderco, the Gonzos. What's the other one I have? The Kershaw. I use those every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're a folder kind of guy.
So no, but here's the thing. I can't carry that knife unless I'm hunting, number one. Okay.
Dude, so I'll strap that thing to my belt and go anywhere with it.
Okay, you can. I can't.
Yeah.
I live in a commonwealth, not a state.
Yeah, that's true too.
What, they got a law against that? Seriously?
No, seriously. You got to see the length of this knife. But, I'm not supposed to have anything more than 4 inches of a blade unless I'm actively hunting.
Wow.
About that size there, Luke.
Oh, that's incredible. Huh. Yeah, up here in Canada, I mean, a cop's going to stop you and say, what's with the knife? You better articulate yourself correct, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. But, well, no, I shouldn't even say that. It's the idea is whether or not it's accosting somebody because it's on your side. If they feel threatened by it and so on and so forth, it just depends on how the wording of it is. But really, there's no law against it. A big hunting knife on your side is, you're able to do it. Huh.
Weird. I can't do that.
That's like at a Condor bush lure that Steve sent to me.
Great. That's another great knife.
Dude, I worked on that edge and got it to where I wanted as far as sharp. That summit rides on my hip all day, every day. I honest to God think I've got more miles on that knife than I do all of my pistols combined that I carry at work. And
what do you carry at work?
Usually at work, that 1911.
Or you just switch off.
Well, usually I carry the 1911 and the SIG. The SIG's kind of Plan B, that little 40 cal.
Yeah.
The 1911 is Plan A, because we do a lot of stuff that ends up being COD.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the day, you could have anywhere from $20,000 to $150,000 of the boss's money riding around in a Ziploc bag laid on the passenger seat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be liable for that shit.
Yeah. As long as it's legal in your state, I guess it's legal as far as the DOT is concerned.
Right.
Well, the loophole we have around that, I'm not sure about the state you're in, but where we're at, considering we have substantial volumes of cash in the truck at all times, it's company money.
Right.
As long as you have your carry permit, there's a loophole in there somewhere that allows you to carry your sidearm to protect the company's investment.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean your carry permit will whether you carry money or not. You can't
Yeah, but
if your employer allows you to carry a gun, okay, because there are some employers that don't.
Yeah.
If your employer allows you to carry a gun, then your carry comes under your carry license.
Yeah, but
DOT
CDL
is
holder, you can't carry in a truck. That's a federal law.
What's that?
You can't carry in a truck, not legally.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
No.
I just did a bunch of reading up on it. I can't find anything that says
Yeah, you can legally carry a gun in a truck.
Yep.
As far as I know, unless the laws have changed in the last while, in the United States, certainly truck drivers can carry.
Absolutely. I know a bunch that do. And you see them. But you see them. You see the guys. Like I'll go into the truck stop. Especially if you're in Maine and New Hampshire. They're all on their hip, for Christ's sake. The DOT don't say shit.
Most. Sorry, Tyler. Go ahead.
No, I carry all the time. I get to a lot of places where you can't. Stone Aggregates doesn't allow you to carry on any of their property. But
Todd Stone.
Yeah. What's like a lot of the nuclear sites we go on, like the nuclear power plants and the bomb plant and all that.
Yeah.
Now they actually put a armed personnel in the truck with you while you're on base. And when they do that, you're supposed to surrender your firearm to them. But 9 times out of 10, you tell them, look, there's a pump shotgun behind that seat you're sitting in, and I've got 2 pistols on my person. 99 times out of 100, that particular soldier, guard, whatever, will just look at you and say, well, just don't touch them unless we really have to.
Yeah, right.
That's good.
I'd like to say hello and welcome back to Todd Stone. Great to see you. How have things been? Hope things are well.
Right on.
And Guns Girl popped in.
Good cheek, Guns Girl, how are you?
Yep.
Is she still with us?
I think it was just a flyby.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I missed her. She's a cool dude. She's pretty cool people too.
Oh yeah.
I
missed a lot in the first time I was gone.
Steve, what the fuck are you eating, dude?
Is it coffee?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Just
not at all. What gave you that idea?
Sorry about that. I didn't know my mic was that sensitive.
Fucking old people. Damn.
Old people? You ain't no spring chicken.
Yeah, but he's older than us. Tall. He's older than. Listen, Mr. Tolly, he's older than us, so I ain't making fun of you. I'm making fun of him.
Oh, he can't be that much older than I am.
Oh, he's older than us. He's almost at the retirement age.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I don't know. I feel like I'm there.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I actually burned last night when I got out of there. You know what? And you know what else kills me about weather and kills me about where I work at night? Okay. So, all right. So you want a concrete platform with cinder block walls, I-beam ceiling with like little pieces of foam as a roof, and then a metal roof on top of that. Okay. I'm not even joking. I swear to God, it is warmer outside than it is in that dark. I'm not even joking. I go to have a butt. I go to have butt the other night, and I'm like, the fuck?
I've worked for places like that.
And it's like, are you kidding me right now?
Well, it's like, it's a bit chilly here tonight.
Yeah.
0 degrees, 14 below wind chills. It's
Yeah, that's
chilly
what
when
I
you
got.
step out the door.
I'm at 2 degrees right now.
Yeah.
Am I still at 2? We drop.
Last week we did a couple of days where we didn't get above 0.
Well, I'm at
Fahrenheit.
I'm at 2 degrees right now.
Yeah.
No wind chill. It's just not. It burns, Mr. Timberwookie. It's great to see you. I hope things go well. I hope you have a great New Year. If I don't see you before that, there's Guns Girl.
Popping in all over the place.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love I love the people. That's why it's hard. But these guys are great people and great gals. Shit, I met Wookie through Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did a overnighter with was it Daryl and John? Yeah, the three of them. Wookie. It was Wookie.
Yeah.
DMI Woodsman and Daryl. See, now that I call him Daryl, I always forget his freaking screen name. 39 Camper. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. See this Mr. Now you're in here on the Central, which I thought you were. Yeah, that was so great. And then he did a. Okay. So Wook and Daryl were ice fishing, and this is where I learned about the crazy rules you people have up there in Michigan. So I think it was Wook caught a bass. Brings it to the ice. I was back in the hall. I'm like, oh my god, he's another one of those people. I could have sworn they said they were out for getting, fish to put in a pan. And so I'm like, are you kidding me, really? So, I watched the video and everything, and I comment on the video, and I'm like, why are you throwing bass away? Now, a friend of mine at work, guy I worked with for shit, he's been there 7 years. I've been there 11. He gets mad at me because he says bass is a sporting fish. You're not supposed to keep bass. Shut up. It's a fish. It's getting eaten. So,
not here.
But Wook was telling me that you can't keep bass in Michigan ice fishing.
Yep. We have a season.
Yep.
You got a season on fish?
Yeah, listen to this, right? So I said, so I typed in, I'm like, but what? And then he said, they're out of season. He says, we have a season on bass. We can't bring the bass to the ice, which is fine. Cause like me, I can't catch a salmon through the ice. Is it salmon? Yeah. Up in New Hampshire, it's salmon. I even have to take the line off or cut the line in the water. I'm not even supposed to bring them out of the water. Yeah. And the other thing I learned was, all right, so, and it was very, very short period of time after watching Daryl and Wook's video. I was watching, and Dish will tell you this because I shared it with her. I was watching an ice fishing video on YouTube, and this guy is out on a milk crate. It's like -10 without a wind chill. He's not in a shanty, nothing. He's sitting on a 5-gallon fucking bucket, ice fishing.
Yeah.
Catches an absolute monster friggin' pike, northern pike, right? right back in the hole. I'm like, that's it. I ain't watching ice fishing no more. These people are fucking retarded. Right? Then I come to find out, guess what? On Northerns, you can take them from from A size to B.
Yep.
But B to C, if it goes over C, you can't take it.
Yeah, slot limit.
Yep, they want the giant ones. They want the giant ones to mate with all that, so they're all big. Fucked up rules you people up north have. I'm sorry.
We got them all over the place.
That's some fucked up rules.
The lake here in town.
Yep.
Well, none of the lakes here right by me. You can't keep any bass. You got to return them all. Walleye has got a slot limit.
Really?
Yep.
Walleye.
Yep, they got a slot limit just about everywhere in Minnesota. They got a slot limit on them.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yep. It kind of
now listen, I said this 10,000 times. God bless anybody. I mean, rules are rules. If it's a rule, I'd throw it back too. But for those guys that do catch and release just to do catch and release because they want to, bless your hearts. Because I don't have the patience to do that.
Trout and pickerel are about the only ones I keep now. Trout and pickerel.
Yeah.
Well,
I am not going on a lake if it's in the winter, freezing my ass off and throwing shit back. It's just not going to happen. If it's illegal enough to keep, it's just not going to happen. Again, I'm not making fun of anybody that does catch and release. Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Yeah, no, I eat my fish.
Hell, I get the friggin' this year. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do just bluegill. Steve, you eating chips again?
No, just opening up a Reese's cup.
Oh, well, put yourself on mute, will you? Jesus Christ, that microphone is big.
I think you got your earphones turned up too high.
They're not.
No, I can hear it all too, Steve.
Let the record show I did not do that.
This time.
Right. Stump, don't forget the butter.
Right.
What was the other one? Oh, I sent Dish another one. It was a kid caught a friggin' togue. We call them togue. Well, no, there's not here. Call them togue. Lake trout. Another one. Friggin' the thing its head was this big. I'm like, how the hell did you get that thing through the hole?
Are you talking about that kid and his dad?
Kid and his dad.
Yeah, I'll
that was at Northern, wasn't it? When his father caught his first fish, ice fishing. Is that the one you're talking about when he did the slow-mo?
No, a guy caught a near world record lake trout through the ice. I mean, how he got it through that hole, I'll never know. But his son happened to be there with a camera and filmed it.
Oh no, this was two guys. These are two guys in a thing. The ice was really clear, no snow on it. They were in a shanty. Is Dish out there? No, probably not.
I've seen that one in the shanty.
Yeah, it's clear ice, and they're looking at it before it even comes through the hole.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing's enormous. But to get back to what Luke was saying, I love eating trout, Luke.
Nice little ones.
Well, I've been watching videos because you probably get the same thing we get. You get the chain pickerel, right? So it's like the cousin to the northern. I've been watching how to clean those. I watch a show called Warden, and it does a lot in my state in Michigan. And I've learned a lot, including what the fines are for certain things and how much the DNR makes in the fines. Absolutely, guns grow.
We got some stiff fines up here.
Yep.
Well, down here they do more. It's like a point system.
Mm-hmm.
A violation, depending on the severity, is a certain number of points. But then it comes time to pay the piper, right? Well, that year, let's say you've accumulated 10 points, right? Well, 10 points is like a $10,000-$12,000 fine, suspension of hunting rights for several years.
Right.
But the way it's set up, let's say you get a violation every year for 3-4 years in a row, and they're little bitty, minor, insignificant, nothing things, right? Well, when it all comes time to go to court and find out what your punishment is, odds are, if you violated, like say, 3-4 years in a row, you're losing all of your hunting rights, your fishing rights, your boat, your guns, your truck. And if the judge is in the right mood,
you can't listen.
Your land.
You can't screw it with Wardens or EPA people, because our EPA guys do the Warden, the part of the Warden. You can't fuck with them people.
Nope.
You're just
no. And you got asset forfeiture, and the fact that if they feel that you've been utilizing any of that to sell something, then you're really screwed.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you're right. By the time you even go ahead and try to fight it to get it back, man, you could have got out and bought it all again. The idea is, if you've got that kind of system, man, you should be lucky that you got that kind of system. Because here, they don't take that shit lightly. And in Newfoundland, where I was out in the East Coast, you pull an Atlantic salmon out of salt water at any given time, you're going to lose it all. I mean, and when you get to court, it's a maximum $10,000 fine for an individual, right? If you're tied to a corporation for some reason and you didn't have a permit for that, it's $100,000, and you lose everything. That's attached to that occurrence. So it's
they don't fuck around.
Oh man.
And you shouldn't. It's like being in Maine, right? It's like being in Maine. It doesn't matter if it's accidentally or purposely, right? You shoot a moose without having a permit, it's 3 days in jail automatic. You can be the president's kid. It don't matter. You're going to jail for 3 days and you're getting a $5,000 fine, and you might lose your hunting license.
In most cases, Guns Girls is right in the fact that they have more powers than police in some cases. Because in some cases, you've got a hunting license or a fishing license, and you've got tags for that year.
Yep.
That's their warrant to walk in and say, "Open your freezer," unannounced. Now,
don't forget, Guns Girl, right? They have more rights because, they're doing more than just making sure that the woods, you're hunting the right way, you're fishing the right way. Don't forget what they also do, okay? I actually saw this in New Hampshire. A New Hampshire state trooper pulled over a Massachusetts guy with a boat on his, towing a boat, okay? And the only reason I know this is because when I went up to Burger King at the truck stop, the guy pulled in afterwards. Anywho, so the guy, the state trooper stops him, brings in the warden. You know why? The guy never cleaned off the bottom of his boat.
Wow. Yeah. I wish they had been.
They'll nail you for that.
The warden wrote him a ticket.
Yeah. Well,
the state trooper can't. Okay. The warden wrote him out a ticket.
Yep.
Well,
they'll do that here.
And they probably, I mean, in some regards, they probably should. You know what? Because angling, of course, has changed certainly from invasive species. Lakes can be affected. Certainly, we got the goby. The goby has taken over Lake Erie. As an invasive species, and it's really bad for the ecosystem. You got the zebra mussels. It's another very, very bad invasive species. So in that regards, they should be careful.
Don't forget the coontail seaweed.
Well, there's all kinds of invasive species, certainly, and there's, you know, so they should take that seriously in that essence, and we all should remind each other when you see it, hey, partner, you know, you should really do that, you know, because you get to the next lake that me and my family want to enjoy 10 years from now, and that's affected that. We're all in this together, right? So,
and here's another one that gets me. Okay, and I understand it, but here's what I don't understand. Every time, you guys know I'm in Maine twice a week. And it says right on this big, huge sign on 95 when you get into Maine. Okay. It says, no, you can't bring wood in either. You know, like I can't bring, I can't buy a cord of wood in Massachusetts and bring it into friggin' Maine. And don't forget New Hampshire's in the middle too. Okay. I can't, you're not supposed to bring wood in from another state, okay, into Maine. And I get the reasoning behind it. Okay. There might be some, you know, beetle or something that I might just go infest the whole friggin' Maine woods with. I get it. I get it. Now, explain to me this one. How come I can watch a Massachusetts logging truck go from Mass all the way up to fucking Maine?
You got to wonder that, don't you?
That is what you call interstate commerce. It circumvents local shit.
Yep.
Is that not the most fucked up thing you heard, though?
well, it improves the odds of the, you know, spread of an invasive species or certainly a problematic bug or something like that, or a beetle, by not allowing every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and only allowing Harry to do it because he's got that, you know, interstate, you know, running rights, or a free trade agreement between Canada and the U.S. But hopefully there's inspections or sprays or something. You'd think.
And this is why I'll never pay a fine. This is why I'll never pay a fine if I ever get caught doing it.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? I won't pay it. I'll take him to court and say, hey, listen, logging trucks go through here all the time. I don't see them getting in trouble for it. So,
wow, they've even suggested these types of invasive species, you know, there's a possibility of the eggs coming in on ducks and such. You know, there was actually one incident where there's a bird that actually can get kind of tangled into a sap. The sap tree is terrible, absolutely terrible, I guess. And if birds get into it, they can carry all kinds of stuff on their underbelly, right? So I mean, there's that aspect too. So you're never going to get away from it. I mean, shit, just the wind, for God's sakes, who knows?
Yeah, you know what? There's a difference between a truck of logs on the highway and a guy taking campfire wood and throwing it on the ground, you know, and he may also leave a few pieces there.
And I'm going to burn it. I mean, it's just...
Well, they got it now here. They sell pre-packaged firewood at gas stations and stuff.
We got that here. Yeah.
It has to be kiln dried.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
And it's supposed to kill bugs and what have you.
Ours has to be certified by the DNR before.
Right.
Really?
And the crazy thing about that, those little pre-packaged things like Steve's talking about, is what, 3-4 sticks of firewood?
Yeah, for $6.
Yeah, I think say like $6-7 bucks.
5 minutes worth of fire.
Well, it's not so much worrying about what you're going to get charged with and so on and so forth. You just keep remanding that shit, and then once you get to court, you look for total disclosure, and you want actually the firewood, the evidence that was seized, to be brought in the courtroom. If they can't produce it, you just say, well, Your Honor, I just want to be able to show to the court, prove to the court, certainly this was kiln drying wood, so I just don't understand what the fuss was. You know?
Right.
Oh, well, produce the wood. Oh, you can't now, eh?
Yep.
It's firewood. They may not actually hold that shit. Never know.
Right.
Unless or most people just pay the fine and go on about their business.
I will give my guys up here kudos. Okay, they don't come launch it through the woods. You know, they wait for you to come out, which is nice because I've heard horror stories where it actually happened to me in Maine, but. You know, you'll be sitting in your blind or you're sitting on your tree stand And do, and here comes the freaking warden. And it's like, dude, hello, hunting here. You know, thanks for setting the whole place up for me. Appreciate it. The main guy, the guy that come walking through on me, we were actually sitting in my buddy's blind. And he's like, hello? And I just started giggling. You know, and my buddy's like, hang on a minute. And so we come out and he says, what's the giggling? I says, because I can't actually believe you came to a blind. I just think that's kind of, you know,
Rude.
Yeah, you know, he says, "Oh, you got your license on?" He goes, "No, I'm out here fishing on you know, on my mass license." I mean, of course, I have a license on me. Yeah,
That's the first thing they want to hear is smart ass remarks.
Right?
I was just mad. I was just mad because we're watching does for hours, you know, and
Yeah, Mike's got a point though. Fuck, it's a valid point too. You know what? It's passionate point. Here's the thing: you go out there, you got one fucking Saturday, one. You know what I mean? An entire month because you had to work the other two, and the wife had a honey-do list and an appointment you couldn't get out of. There it is. You got one Saturday, and it's only the morning, and you're out there setting up nice 2 hours. Everything's quiet. You're waiting for something, and something comes. Is some fucking asshole wants to check to see you got a license, and you're going. Well, there goes the next 2 hours. Well, fuck this. There's your license. Good enough. Thanks, asshole. I'm going to go get my truck and go home now. I might as well. You know, I get it. You know what I mean? Why don't have to wait for you at the vehicle? Got to come back to that fucker at some point, right?
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
You'd
there's
think
that
anyway.
side of it. But at the same token, if you're unfortunate enough to have to hunt public lands and all that shit,
Like me. Go ahead.
that's something you just have to fucking deal with. That's part of that game.
Okay, but
You know?
but
You
in
can't all
mass,
hunt off our front porch though.
as bad as
I understand that.
mass is with mass laws and all that. Unless you're hunting out of season, okay, they're not going to walk up on you in the woods. Okay, they just don't. You know, I asked him. He goes, listen. He goes, unless you're hunting out of season or trapping out of season or anything like that. He says, if I want to talk to somebody, I'll wait for you to come out.
Yeah.
If I think you park like an idiot, I'll leave you a note the first time. He says, the second time I just tow it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, man, that's fair. That's fair, and it's safer. You know, you don't have to. As a cop, I don't want to be fucking shot just because what happens if the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't want to find out the hard way that he's an idiot. The guy in the stand is an idiot, and now I'm going to fuck a bullet at me. So I wait for him to come back out. He's probably unloaded. I can check his loads when he gets back to the vehicles, licenses, and everything's fine.
And see, and that's the other cool thing. I'm like the guy that I come across in Mass, right? Not this past season, 2016. He's like, so I'm talking to him. The whole while, I got my shotgun cradled in my arms, loaded, and he never flint. He never, hey, can you put that down? Hey, can you go? Can you unload it? Can you eat it? None of that bullshit. We just stood there, shot the shit, no problems, and you know, he asked me a few questions. I answered them, and he was on his way, and I went on my way, and there was no. Oh, can you put that gun down, please? It's making me a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Like grow a set. Mike, that that DNR guy that walked up on you in the blind, did he happen to be a younger fella?
He was probably, well, younger than me, but he was probably
Most everybody's younger than you.
not Tolly and not Steve.
Okay,
he's
so
probably, I don't know.
2 out of what?
He's
30 billion on the planet? Come on now.
He's probably late 20s, early 30s, probably close to early 30s. He was just funny.
I'm wondering if some of the older DNR officers send them out on hunting day for kind of a hazing so they can get bitched at by hunters.
They might. They might.
Because you notice you never get a more mature fella walking up on you like that.
They're usually pretty cool. Like they kind of bend the rules and stuff for you. But this guy was just a total friggin' tool.
And
Well,
Steve, like you were just saying, it's never the older warden that walks up on you
Yeah.
because the whole age experience. He don't want to freeze his nutsack off. He'll sit in the truck where it's warm and wait on you to come out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people that are in the woods that they don't even deserve to be in the woods. But
oh yeah.
But we had a couple of guys, 2 people. You have one gate, and it's really not on the widest of trails. Okay, very narrow trail. I mean, like my little friggin' Hyundai is the width of the trail. You know what I'm saying? And you got 2 guys that parked on the other side of the gate, side by side. And it's like, why would you block a gate? First of all, unless you owned it, which you don't. But second of all, do you see the orange sign with the black lettering? Do not park in front of gate. They're the same people that bitch and moan about when they get a ticket.
Yeah.
See, this is why I couldn't be a warden or a member of law enforcement, because in that situation, I happen upon that. I'm not wasting my damn time writing this individual a ticket. I'm just going to put 2 rounds through his front windshield and 2 rounds through his back windshield. Some bitch buys enough windshields, he'll figure something out.
Here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. Where this happened was, it's not in a neighborhood, but the neighborhood people walk through there, and they're all ducked out in their orange, and they do everything they're supposed to do, so we can all recreate together, okay? But it's things like that, little things like that, right, that make the hunters look like idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's the ones they remember, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, people. Great seeing you. Happy New Year, bud.
But on the other side of that, I've actually we have a rule here where we got to have our tree stands out by the end of March. And I was out rabbit hunting one day, and I was close to one of my tree stands, so I went ahead and took it down and carried it out. And I had, the whole ladder stand on one side, 16-foot ladder stand, and then my shotgun in the other hand. And I met a DNR officer walking in. He said, "Hey, you need a hand?"
There you go.
Yeah, I could use one. So he helped me carry the sucker out. So, there are a few good guys out there too.
Now, you have to put your name on your...
Yeah. That makes me nervous too. Name, phone number, and address.
We only have to do that, I think, if we're baiting. We don't have to do that for... Of course, we can't have anything that's clawed, anything that's going to hurt the tree, anything that's going to...
Right. No spikes.
Yeah, that's why when I'm around here, if I'm not stalking, I'm just sitting in a blind.
So let me understand this, or see if I grasp what you're saying here.
What?
The public land, you can take in a stand like a 2-piece climber, but you can't leave any evidence on the tree whatsoever that you climbed the tree.
What?
No, you can leave evidence, but you can't have big teethy gouges and...
So what do they want you to do? Have rope for blades and slide down the fucking tree?
No, they have standards. Basically here, the only thing outlawed is the screw-in tree steps.
Yep, that's how I was.
A lot of that has to do with the lumber industry, because there's a lot of assholes that leave them in the tree.
Right.
Yeah.
So they outlawed those. But like if you got a tree stand that hangs on a bolt, that's still legal.
See, now we can't use, the old like metal tree stands. It's just
the climbers.
Yeah, not the foot climb that you sit there and climb like that, but you actually have to put the metal, the
bar.
Nope, what do you call it? They really look like, remember the old telephone poles? We used to climb the old telephone poles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They stick them in the side of the tree. Go up about 15 feet, and then you have your little platform.
Yeah.
We can't use those anymore because you can't stick nothing in it, and you can't stick anything in a tree.
Yeah, that's the screw-in tree steps.
You can't touch them. You can't use
What about the? I mean, I don't know if anybody makes them anymore or not, but I remember years ago, as an option against the screw-ins, you had these things. They were literally just like bent up sheet metal, had a chain, like swing set chain on it, like 3-foot section. You set your step where you wanted it, go around it, and then hook back into itself. And as you stepped on it, it would
put the bind on it.
Yeah, it would get a grip so it didn't slide down.
Right.
Can y'all use something like that, and then like the yellow ratchet straps to hold us?
Yeah, all that
screw in. So you can still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the law probably reads something simple as, it can't do, reputable damage or whatever they want to call it. It would have some kind of wording to it, and that would be the definition, and they would have it defined what that, that word or the verbiage they've used for that type of damage to the tree. And, I'm not sure what they call it, but you know what I mean.
Stevie, Gun Girl is asking. She thought that you had to put your hunting license number down on it too.
Nope, you don't have to put that, believe it or not, which is the same thing as your driver's license number.
I think
it has your name, phone number, and address, which I'm uncomfortable with my address because if you get some radical anti-hunter out there, they know where you live.
Well, fuck, dude, it's giving a map to your fucking house, too, saying this guy has guns.
Yeah.
So, at best, give a hunting license that M&R is the only people who have access to the hunting license lists. That would seem, or a peace officer. That makes sense.
The only thing I knew we had to do that was the arrows. Okay, arrows are supposed to have your name on it. And if you were baiting bear, your permit and everything has to be visibly shown. Is that how the wording is? Visibly shown. So yeah, you have to
legibly written.
Something, whatever, you know what I mean.
Now, all those rules only apply to state-owned land. Private land, you can do what you want to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And Shalisa, I'm not sure if you can legally tap a maple tree on state land or not. I bet you can't.
Right.
No picking flowers. I'm surprised.
What?
They let you pick mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to do that. Trust me, I got yelled at for it.
Yep. Yeah, you cannot go on state land and pick any flora or fauna or dig plants or.
I did it. And
ginseng,
you do not want to do it. You do not want to do it. Trust me.
God almighty.
Dude, Stump, I was picking flowers for my wife. Okay. I'm like, oh, those are nice. She liked those. They're purple. Stump, I have a handful. I mean, like, it was huge. Handful of flowers, okay? I'm trying to stuff these things in a Coke bottle. I put my water in it. I'm trying to put this in there. The cop says to me, he says, excuse me. I'm like, where'd you come from?
Yeah, they're good at that, aren't they? Surprise.
He says, I was actually
on a blade of grass.
He says, I was actually going northbound. He says, I saw you in the truck with the hazards. He says, but I saw you were picking the flowers. I go, uh-huh. He said, you can't do that. Because I can't pick flowers. Are you kidding me? Really? I said, I didn't see a no trespassing sign. He says, yeah, but you missed the do not cut flowers sign. Where the hell's that? Takes me over to the sign. You know how big it is? About this big.
Damn.
Hey, Mikey, send me a link next week. I'll come back. I got to get going right now.
All right, good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
I will.
And this time around,
Yeah, I'll
we
catch
heard
y'all
you
next week.
loud and clear. So whatever you
I'll
did the
just have
second
to
time
keep
around
using-
was the best.
I'll just have to keep using my phone.
Oh, you're on your phone. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll
buddy.
talk to you next week, guys. Yep.
Talk to you soon.
It was good
Yep.
to see you again, Mr.
Good New
Tully.
Year.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all take care.
Good night, Sandy.
Take care, Mr. Tully.
So he says it's in the fine print.
That's right.
Good night, Sandy. Happy New Year. Enjoy.
I mean, not trying to sound like an asshole here, but man, the more I talk to y'all and the rules and laws and shit y'all got to go by, I'm growing more and more understanding of just how damn lucky I am out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't have a problem with authority. I don't have a problem with living by rules. I don't have a problem with living by any rules that the state puts out for hunting or anything like that. I really don't. I think some of them was really silly, but I mean, I get why they do it. You know, I get why, like, that poor bastard to get he got the ticket for not cleaning off the underneath of his boat. I get all those reasons. I don't know. It's just.
Well, what the problem is, and how I feel is, the guy who goes out there, or gal, whatever, goes out there and does it right is paying the price for the jackleg asshole
Right.
who goes out and violates and doesn't follow the rules, and that's why they have to make the rules for idiots.
I've told other hunters that they don't belong in there hunting. You know, we have a place, we have a state forest. One side is the state forest, one side is not. It's not posted. And this is not New Hampshire where if something's not posted, you can just go walking on it and hunt it. Okay. And I told him, I was just, dude, I think that's state forest. State forest is over here. Man, don't get caught in there. Because now they'll close it all up if we keep, you know. Well, I'm not from here. Well, wouldn't you map out the area and know where you can hunt and where you can't hunt?
Yeah, no shit. Look at the book. They put a rule book out every year, and 80% of the people that go out hunting never even picked it up. It's like, dude, it's right there in print. When I had that DNR officer write me all those tickets for duck violations, and I went in the court and got all my paperwork and did my research and beat the DNR in court, the prosecutor took me aside, and I live in one of the biggest and one of the richest counties in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
She said to me that she had never seen anybody beat the DNR in court before.
Wow.
They probably just never fucking tried, Steve, honestly.
Well, the guy kept telling me. He kept telling me, most people don't even bother taking a day off work. They just pay the fines. I said, listen, pal, I ain't doing it. I didn't violate. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's like these guys that you know, it gets towards the end of the season and they don't have anything, and you know, now they they hear a branch twig snap in the woods and they're shooting their gun.
Right.
You know, they're not looking, they're not doing anything, and that's how people get hurt.
Well, I know a guy who actually, if he comes back empty-handed, he's bumming big time. I mean, he acts like he's got a vendetta going against critters. It's like, dude.
That's why I call it fair chase.
Right.
You know.
It just dawned on me. Can you imagine the nightmare it'd be if you had some kind of damn PETA tree hugger was a fucking game warden.
I'll tell you, they
I
are.
think I got one, and I think I got an anti-trapper, anti-trapping game warden in my area.
I think it's too.
Really?
Guy follow me around in a DNR truck, and I had words with him, but I think he was out there actually stealing my gear.
Oh shit.
Yep, I went to the DNR office, and this happened several times over a few years, and nothing was ever turned in. My phone number's on my tag. I never got a phone call that I was violating. Nothing. And I was talking to another DNR guy, a little bit older guy, and I described the fella, and he says, "Yeah, I know who you're talking about," and we got our eye on him.
Huh.
Yeah, boy. Now, this brings up another altogether different question, and here again, it may just be, geographic location. Now, around here, regardless of who it is, someone's stealing your shit and you catch them in the act, you can put a bullet in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
You do that there, even though he's a game warden, or are you just like totally fucked all the way around regardless?
It is totally against the law. You can put them in jail.
Right.
For stealing your stuff, but I don't think you can. Well, I'd have to check the rule book. I don't think you could shoot him. It'd be nice to have a trail camera, though.
Well, if he's stealing your shit, he's probably going to take that too.
Well, I would hide the trail camera. Put it where it's, I'd find a spot. Yeah, several times my gear ended up missing it, and I'm 99% sure it was a DNR officer.
Damn.
They shouldn't be able to touch your tackle. They shouldn't be able to touch any of your shit.
Not unless you're in violation, which none of them were.
But where did you steal the deer from?
From out in the woods. Actually walked into my sets and stole my traps.
He said gear, not deer. G, not a D.
Oh, gear.
Gear.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. That clears it up fabulously. Thank you. All right.
Gia.
I'm trying to figure out. Never mind. Politically incorrect. How the hell are you? You should trap the DNR.
There you go, getting a man trap.
What would that be? A Conibear 505, 606?
No shit.
No, I would just ask you to shoot me.
Got to set the damn thing with a backhoe.
Damn it.
You guys are fucking alright.
Steve, that's just part of the problem, though. If he is stealing the stuff, you'd basically have to get him on a trail cam. You'd have to be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that that's actually what was happening, because he can articulate it just about any which way. He can say that he had a report that they were abandoned traps and that they were alive. Basically, I took the report. I've lost the report now, so we can return the traps. You know what I mean? There's always a way to get out of it. And if they've been watching him, eventually he'll get screwed over. But that's just it. An officer can arrest you, stop your free will to move about on your own if he thinks he has reasonable probable grounds. Now, reality is, though, they don't have a fucking hope in hell in giving a prosecution, you know what I mean, or getting you prosecuted when it comes to court. Right. You know what I mean? And they know this, but it's enough to hound you. It's enough to get into your pockets, potentially enough to search your vehicle. It may all be wrong, so it'll end wrong. But at the end of the day, how do you hold them accountable for that? How do you get your time back? The money you may have spent on a lawyer, whatever the case is. This is the major, major downside to it. And this is where the morality of it really needs to play a big part in it. So that we have good moral officers out there who are not looking to go out there and even stop people, charge people, arrest people, if they have no presumption that they're actually going to have a conviction at the end of the day. They shouldn't be interfering, you know what I mean, in the flow of society or in an individual's flow of just getting from point A to point B, whether it's your free travel down a highway or whichever the case may be.
Right.
So
I was actually thinking, instead of prosecution, I know a few of the DNR officers. They're good guys. You could go ask them stuff. They'll point you towards where they've been seeing beaver. They'll point you where they've been seeing deer. They're really good guys. And I was thinking more get him on trail cam and turn him into his superior officers. And they would probably just boot him the hell out.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Because you could supply the aforementioned video, and at which point they could say, well, we know he's got them. We know what information's on him. Well, 30, 90 days, 120 days go by. He's not filed any paperwork saying he's done such. At that point, you've pretty much got him in a corner that he can still weasel out of, but at least you get him to the woods,
Yep. Well, yeah, just sticking behind a desk or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you were saying, Steve, doing your homework, right? And actually knowing the laws and getting the book, going a little further and doing just like, just like Stump just said, and just wait until that time frame where he should have turned them in, certainly, or or whatever, or look at their protocol. How does that actually work? Do they just take them, destroy them? Do they actually have to log them as evidence seized, or abandon traps, file a report? Was those things done in the time limit that should have been, or a reasonable amount of time, or what is seen as a reasonable amount of time? Because it may not actually give a specification. It may say that the officer certainly seizing that evidence on an abandoned trap line or whatever, it needs to file a report in a reasonable amount of time.
Right.
Well, what's definition of reasonable amount of time? Good chance it's already gone through the courts. Good chance someone's already appealed this decision like that, and good chance there's case law now put in place. So, yeah, but that's some bullshit right there. And
Yep.
I don't doubt it, though. Honestly, I don't doubt that shit.
Now, I met the guy before. Matter of fact, I watched him. I had some raccoon sets, conibear in a 5-gallon bucket back when they were legal here. Well, they're still legal, but there's a bunch of other rules you got to follow. Baited with apples under an apple tree way out in the woods, right? And the deer were passing through there. So opening day of gun deer season, I had a tree stand right near my trap where I could actually turn around and see the bucket behind me. This DNR officer pulled up on the road, and I could see the road too. I was only maybe 100 yards off the road. Watched him pull up, all green outfit, no orange on, and walked in and started fiddly dinking around with my trap. And I'm like, what the hell is this nonsense? He looked it over. I think when I got there, it was already snapped. Somebody had messed with it, or somebody took a critter out of it because there were bite marks on the bucket. So he got out of his truck, went to a parking lot about 300 yards up the road. So I got out of my tree stand, walked up the road, went and confronted him in the parking lot. And I said, was there a problem with that trap? He says, is that your trap? And I said, yes, it is. He said, there's no tag on it. I said, yes, there is. It's wrapped around the chain right near the loop, He says, well, there was a dog in it. And then he turned his back on me and walked away. I'm like, dude, you're full of shit. So I know that's the guy that's been messing with my gear. And it's not a personal thing against me. It's just I think he's an anti-trapper or a PETA person that somehow got in there. But just his whole reaction and action and all that was wrong for a DNR officer.
Yeah.
So basically, I quit trapping in the area because I didn't want to deal with him. But I have went every time I lost gear, and I could tell where a truck pulled up and the guy got out and then went back to the truck and left. I went to the DNR station and checked in, and nothing was ever turned in or threw in their dumpster or nothing. So, and it's happened probably 4 or 5 different times.
Man, you need better hiding spots for your shit.
Well, you hide them too good, you don't get critters either.
Fair.
You just need a better place to hide a body.
Yeah, right.
But how big is it?
That's one time I wish we had bears around here.
You don't have any black bear at all?
They're starting to see them down around this part. We have a lot north, and they're starting to migrate down. People are starting to sight them.
Cool, cool.
But I couldn't believe he walked into a deer woods, active area near a public parking lot with probably 15 guys around with no orange on, stomping through the woods.
Well, that could have been another reason why his certainly demeanor when you did approach him why it was that way is that he might have thought, well, you seen me actually enter the woods without that, which could be a violation of certainly his health and safety regulation or policy as far as him being on duty. So, you know, it could have been an infraction on his part, a serious enough one certainly that he could have got his pee slapped.
Well, he definitely acted like a guilty person.
Well, I mean, look, if they would have caught you out there, right? You know, with a rifle anyways, it would have been projected that you were hunting without your orange on. I'm sure there's an infraction for that. So like I said, he's out there enforcing, you know, I'm sure there's an internal policy on that, certainly that's enforceable within internal policy. Almost bank on it.
Yeah. Well, he's an officer of the law. It's common sense, for Pete's sakes.
Well, yeah, besides that, absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, common sense sometimes doesn't really
Not that common.
Very uncommon sometimes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frank.
Right on.
Frank just shot you a big comment, Mike.
Good night, buddy.
Compliment, not comment. Compliment.
I know what you meant. Yeah, I'm amazed though, but some of the shit they do.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got thugs in every department of power, you know. It just happens that way.
Which, I mean, we're lucky down here. You know, most all of our game wardens, you know, they're active hunters and fishermen, fisherwomen, whatever you want to call it. You know, they don't really. I guess what I'm trying to say here is they don't come in and fuck with your shit or with you. They do what you expect a game warden to do. They just kind of off in a distance monitor what's going on, and until someone really messes up, they don't bother you. You know. I mean, we've got one of them down here. I mean, y'all know I hunt down here on private land. You know, every year, I'm guilty of what you were talking about earlier. You know, not going and getting the damn free book and checking all the new rules. His name's Danny. I'll call Danny up. Hey, dude, anything changed for private land this year? If it did, he'll tell me. If it didn't, he'll say, "Nah, just do what you've been doing." You know.
Well, there's your diligence there. You reached out to a guy you should know. I don't know. Either one's going to stand up just as well in court if you said, well, I reviewed the rules and I didn't see anything to that, and certainly it was ignorance on my part. If I'm still guilty, I'm guilty, I guess, and we'll take the lumps as they come, Your Honor. However, I certainly was trying my best here to make sure I was in line with the law. Yeah. That's private land too. You get a lot more free will on private land to some degree, unless there's seasons. Seasons are, you know, season is a season. Doesn't matter where the fuck you are. If your backyard, it doesn't really matter. It's a season, right? You can't take outside the season. But
actually, on private land, there's a loophole to that one too.
Well, if you live
have
off
enough acreage, and we're lucky enough to be in that particular category, you know, if you have something, as I remember, it's got to be 2 acres or more planted in some harvestable crop, something you're going to actually put on your own table, regardless of the animal, regardless of the time of the year. If they're in it and they're eating your shit, you can drop them.
Right.
Yeah, but are you allowed to eat them?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Okay, well, that's pretty cool then. At least you can articulate yourself well, especially if you gotta just don't drag it there, carry it there, drop it into the beans and go. No, he was fair game.
Yep.
Yeah, they have that too here, Stump, on private land. I'm not sure what the acreage is. It might be a little bit more than that.
I think if it was fenced or if it was orchards or there's some rules that also will carry over into the Trespass to Property Act as well, and it also transfers over to another federal act of squatters' rights. So there's something to do with groomed lands and so on and so forth. If you know, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of different crossover language, but yeah, it's pretty much what you said.
No.
Yeah, we got a lot of fishing rules here too, boy. It's a lot to shit to go trout fishing. It takes you 2 days of studying before you safely go fishing.
I hear Germany's like that. Germany is like, you got to know every species. You got to know what they look like, be able to identify them. You got to jump through this hoop. You got to be able to grease up this little finger so you can check to see if it's pregnant. You're like, what? You know, I don't know.
I think most of Europe is like that.
Yeah, exactly. Mike, what's going on, buddy? There you are. All right, just making sure you didn't nod off.
No, I'm him. Just thinking about something.
I would think
checking for your aneurysm behind his eyelid.
No.
Damn.
There's a bug in his eye, and he's trying to suffocate it.
These glasses are horrible. Gonna fix them. No, but yeah, you know, ow, that hurts. You know about the DNR people, though. I'll tell you what. You just let them do. They have a job to do, just like we do, and
yeah, as long as they don't, you know, violate their privileges or whatever you call it.
As long as they don't overstep their. But they're just as, you know. I don't know.
And I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I was saying earlier. You know,
Yeah, Mr. Private Land. Yeah, sure.
No, I mean, as far as the game wardens, you know, I have no issues with a game warden doing his job.
Right.
When it gets to a situation like Steve's having to deal with, when he starts overstepping the boundaries of what his job actually is, you know, that's when, in my opinion, he goes from being a game warden to a fucking douchebag.
Right.
Yeah, it's about the preservation, making sure that the rules that are there, you know what I mean, the guidelines are there certainly that are being followed, right? We want to educate first, enforce second, and that's the idea of all enforcement. I mean, it really is. It shouldn't be enforcement officers; it should be preservation officers, peace officers. Let's retitle it. Let's get it straight and make sure they follow that agenda, because really that's what it started off as, and that's technically what it should be: is to protect the people out there, making sure you're doing it safe. We want you to have a happy experience. Go out there and harvest the animals so we can keep a healthy population for years to come, you know, and just follow the rules. And they need to be happy about it. Fuck, they got a great job. How many people would die to do that job? They can't do it for a number of different reasons, right? It's a great job. And this guy here that's bugging Steve, man, he's probably fucking bored. Probably should just get the hell out of it now, obviously, because he's bored, you know? And
probably was, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, he's finding loopholes and stuff. He might be finding a little offside business of selling traps or selling furs, you know, to somebody else, and it's on the down low, and everybody's happy. You never know what can happen, right? Corruption is runs rampant at times, and quietly as well. And like I said, it takes us to keep those people accountable too, right? And so you say, no, fuck that. I'm going to go fight the ticket. I'm going to fight the game warden because, you know what? No, I didn't do anything wrong. You know what? You're right. 99% don't do it because they don't want to take the day off work. I'm going to do it on principle today. Fuck the money. It's not about the money. It's on principle here today. We're going to fix this problem. You're not just going to run over and do this and just expect me to just rob me because you got a gun on your side. And if I don't pay the money, you're going to come with that gun on your side and come and put my ass in jail. Now that's not fair. That's robbery. It doesn't matter how you look at it, especially when they're not right. And so good on you, Steve. You know, good on you.
I wasn't, I mean, I took grief from the wife. I took grief from everybody, but I wasn't letting it go because I wasn't in the wrong. And by the way, the guy was waiting for me at my van in the dark and stepped out behind my van with his pistol out and his flashlight on me.
And you didn't shoot him?
That's what I'm thinking.
I had my shotgun in my backpack.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ,
there's
Steve.
mistake number one.
Yeah, you talk about a rude wake up, man. I come stumbling out of the woods. I got briars all over me. I was way the fuck back in the swamp. I was kind of pissy.
Yeah, sure. And then come out to that with a pistol drawn on you. First and foremost, if he put himself in that situation, right? That was excessive. That was excessive use of force, and it's assaultive, right? It's an assault. It really is. You know, it's an accosting at best, you know, or at least I should say, but that's unreasonable.
Right.
See that guy there, honestly, just on principle alone, man to man, he needs an open hand fucking slap. Honestly, I mean, if it was just us men standing around, we were all buddies, one of us did this and we knew it was unfucking reasonable, everybody would agree. Nah, man, Luke, you gotta have to take it, buddy. No, Steve, come over here. Luke, just stand there, take it, man. You need a fucking slap. You know, yeah, fuck, you're right. Go on, Steve. Go slap. There it is. Yeah, no, I had that comment. And that would be reasonable, wouldn't it? Why can't we be reasonable in life? My God.
Well, I don't know. It made me feel good in the end. I left that court with a big smile on my face, and you know, he met me in the courtroom and got within an inch of my face and suggested again that I just pay the fine and go back to work.
Oh my sweet Jesus! And right there,
I shook the paperwork in his hand from all the, you know, research and copies I made of the rules. So he goes, "Oh, I see you did your research." I said, "You're fucking right, I did."
Attaboy.
So yeah, that was the first time I ever kind of really got pissy about something in my life, because like a year or two before that, I was driving to work in a 50-mile-an-hour zone, right? This guy, he was a car jockey at a car dealer. This guy come flying out of there on the opposite side of the highway from me, crossed right in front of me, was going so fast he went across both lanes, hit the dirt sliding, gassed it enough to catch up and pass me. I'm still doing 55, cut in front of me, slammed on the brakes and tried to make a left turn to go back into the parking lot, and I rear-ended him. And the cop came and said, "It's only a $75 ticket, just take it and go on about your way." And the guy got right in the cop's car when he pulled up, because he was going to get fired if he got the ticket. I said, "Okay, I'll pay it. You know, I'm in a good mood." So I went to pay the fine and also found out it was 2 points on my driver's license. You know, I'm like, well, screw me running. That's the last time that's ever going to happen.
Yep.
So the DNR got the full treatment and I won. So I came out shining.
Right on.
Yeah, same thing happened just here. Basically, last year, guy that sells minnows, right? He sells minnows to everybody comes down. It's good for the tourism, certainly. He pays us $10,000 for the permit for the year. $10,000 to sell minnows, all right, as a dealer. And he's got so many rules to follow. So, surprise inspection. They come over, they check out his sorting tank, and they check out his sale tank. In the sorting tank, just before they sell it to the public, he's got to sort them, make sure there's no invasive species, blah, blah, blah. They find one goby and one baby perch, right? Fucking this long. Find those two, that's an infraction. They go ahead and they fucking take his ass to court, and he's just like, fuck this. How do you expect me to do that when I'm catching, you know, thousands of these things, and it's going to happen. You know what I mean? So he took it to court, and by the time he got to court with it, it took him a year. By the time he got there, he paid his lawyers and everything else. It ended up costing him $4,000 just for the lawyer. And by the time he got it there, they dropped all the charges because they knew that they weren't going to get the conviction at the end of the day, right? Because he was going to beat it, you know. And I said, so again, it just goes to show you, they can come in there and can fuck with your lives. They can do all that shit. But why do that to the man? $4,000. He paid the $10,000 to the ministry. That's $10,000 for him. So they can come out here and check all these guys to make sure they're fishing right too. So he'll bring in the populace, bring in the tourism, keep them down here fishing in our harbors. And so the fishery officers have something to do for the summer, coming down and checking everybody's licenses, most likely handing them out more fines. And then they target the guy who brings them all there. I go, this is so fucking ass backwards. I said, there's no checks and balances. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Shilly says, cracking me up.
Just catch your own damn minute.
It's true. I do the same thing.
Up above where she's Z and Mike.
Yeah, I just seen that.
I think it's her first roundy round with the snooze fest.
It might very well be.
You know what? It might be. Because he hasn't done it in quite a while.
Yeah, it's been a few months.
It might be Mr. Tolly puts him to sleep.
Oh, now that you mention it, yeah.
Well, all honesty, though, I mean, it's 10-1. Yeah, he's probably under a little bit of stress too. To be honest with you, right now, I can imagine.
Yeah, right now, definitely. Now, if we can just find a way to wake him up so we can shut it down to save him the embarrassment of an 8-hour broadcast of snoring.
I think that's epic. We should film it. Screenshot, please.
No. Brett thinks I'm at it's Chrome's fault. Damn.
Text him.
Yeah, I can do that now that I've actually used my computer again.
Watch
This is Mike Dummet text. He'll get the text 3 days from now. The fuck?
Damn.
Let me start talking about the Bruins. That'll do it. And how awesome.
Listen, look at
I think they just call Brady a pussy. He'll wake up.
So I was telling Mike, and then Mike said, well, the Canadians are pretty awesome. And I had to agree with him.
Mike says he's just really in deep fucking thought here. I don't want to stop the Quagmire, you know. And
well, Mike, you're right though, buddy. You know, and this Quagmire is not going to go away. Dude, you can stop this for a year. You know what I mean? You come back, the people are going to come back. The reason why is because these people like the conversation that happens here. It's a great meeting. It's a meeting of everybody. We're all sitting in each other's living rooms right now, having a drink, having a smoke, whatever the case is, and having a yarn, right? It's fucking great, you know?
All right, you guys, it's getting late. We're going to get out of here. And I hope to have one next week, but I can't promise you that. But in case I don't, we'll be back shortly. All right, we'll be back shortly. So
right on.
Enjoy your New Year's. Keep it safe, keep it happy, keep it sober, and stay out of trouble.
Please keep it safe.
All right.
Yep. Leave the driving to the rookies. Stay in one place. Sleep over.
Damn right.
Good night, everybody.
Later, y'all.